Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. Gusty winds and very dry conditions will lead to extremely critical fire weather threats over portions of the central and southern plains. Moderate to heavy mountain snow and strong winds will expand into the northern Rockies and then into Colorado tomorrow. Up to a foot of snow accumulation is possible. Closer to home, above average temperatures today. Temperatures just a few degrees below normal over the weekend. Very dry conditions through much of the work week. Low-end rain, snow chances in the mountains this weekend. Winds will be breezy to windy every afternoon with very windy conditions and blowing dust concerns today. As a matter of fact, the National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning in effect from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. today. A red flag warning means that critical fire weather conditions are either occurring now or will shortly. A combination of strong winds, low relative humidity, and warm temperatures can contribute to extreme fire behavior.
This is Lieutenant William Skaggs with Alamogordo Fire Department. Alamogordo Fire Department urges all residents and visitors to remain vigilant and take extra precautions in light of the current dry conditions and heightened fire dangers. Some key fire safety tips for our community are: avoid using open flames outdoors, including barbecues, fire pits, or any other burning. Always ensure fire rings or barbecue pits are properly managed and avoid using them in windy conditions. Proper disposal of cigarettes. If smoking, make sure to fully extinguish cigarettes and dispose of them in a safe, non-flammable container. Never discard cigarette butts on the ground or in dry areas. Vehicle safety. Avoid parking vehicles on dry grass or areas with tall vegetation, as hot exhaust pipes could spark fires. Be mindful of equipment use. Ensure that lawnmowers, chainsaws, and any equipment that could generate sparks are used with caution and not in windy conditions. Check equipment regularly for safety. Stay informed. Follow local fire restrictions and guidelines, and remain alert to any updates or emergency notifications issued by local authorities. The fire risk in Alamogordo is high due to ongoing dry conditions. Together, we can keep Alamogordo safe. Please stay alert and practice fire safety at all times.
We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Thursday, April 17th. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 70, 380, Nack Avenue, Owen Road, and War Highway will remain open all day.
At last night's Village of Tularosa meeting,
Rebecca Bryant, village clerk, is asking to change the village office hours to be open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday from 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. This will include the utility department.
That issue passed. And then
Chris Rupp, Planning and Zoning, is asking to approve a lot split for Douglas and Ann McMorris. This will be an east to west lot split into 2 equal lots.
That issue passed as well. You can check out the meeting in full on the Village of Tularosa YouTube channel. The City of Alamogordo presents Easter in the Park. That's happening this Saturday, April 19th at Washington Park from 9 a.m. until noon. There's a community egg hunt, food and craft vendors, petting zoo, bounce house, foam pit, and you get to meet the Easter Bunny. The Earth Day 2025 festivities at the zoo are looking pretty fantastic. I had a conversation with Sarah Moody. She's the education coordinator.
So we're inviting the community to come out to the zoo and celebrate Earth Day, Saturday, April 19th. From 10 to 4 p.m. This year's theme is Our Planet, Our Responsibility. This is encouraging our community to reflect on our shared duty to protect the earth and take meaningful actions towards a sustained future. It's going to be at the zoo. It's free entry, and it's going to be from 10 to 4 on Saturday, April 19th.
Check out the Alameda Park Zoo Facebook page for more details. You're also invited to the Easter egg hunt happening on April 19th at 2:30. That's at the La Luz Agri Market from 1 until 4, 7298 Highway 5470. If you find the golden eggs, you have a chance to win vendor-donated prizes. Coming up on Saturday, April 19th, we're all invited up to Tiburon for something special. I spoke with Terry Ratley.
I am the Vice President of the Tiburon Development Council, and we are involved in planning these events. For Easter, we're going to be celebrating on April 19th because we know that people go to church on Sundays. We're going to have a brunch at 10 a.m. We're going to be serving breakfast burritos, gravy, sausage, and biscuits. There's an Easter egg hunt at noon. And there's a rumor flying around that the Easter Bunny may actually make an appearance for all the children up here. So we are really looking forward to meeting him. And I'm sure the children are really looking forward to stealing his eggs and chasing him around, because that's what they do at that age.
Best of all, this event is free for the whole family. Donations will be accepted. For more information, drop an email to terryratley.tdc@gmail.com. That's Terry Ratley, TerryRatley.TDC@gmail.com. A special meeting has been called by the Board of County Commissioners for Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. There's going to be a presentation by social program applicants for fiscal year 25-26 and request approval to schedule and advertise a public hearing to discuss an ordinance on industrial revenue bonds. Well, today is Thursday. That means we get a Thursday thought from Lauren Noble.
Good morning, Crazy Radio. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday thought. I know it is a few days prior to Easter, or Resurrection Sunday, as it is often called these days, but I do hope you have a good Easter weekend if you celebrate that. And there are many things to ponder about the Easter story. However, one I was thinking about was, imagine finding an empty tomb and seeing Jesus standing there. And of course, Mary did not know it was him, according to the account as it is told in John's Gospel in chapter 20. And I suppose that she may have thought it could not possibly be Jesus. He's dead. To be real honest, I don't know how I would react. My thought would likely be, my eyes are playing tricks on me. They are deceiving me. This cannot possibly be happening. The stone being rolled away, which those were not little things. They would have been huge things, and the tomb being empty, and someone standing there that looked like Jesus, though I knew he was dead because I saw him crucified. So it was difficult for Mary to understand what was going on and to probably believe that this whole thing was happening and that that was possible, that could be Jesus. And I don't know that I would have did any better with that. I really don't, because I didn't live at that time, and I could never say I've witnessed a dead person come back to life. But it was difficult for her, and it is for us, because we have to believe by faith and by reading the accounts in the Bible, because obviously we did not witness it firsthand. And faith, it requires a lot to believe that, yes, that actually did happen, but I have enough faith to believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. He was crucified and he rose from the dead. And so I do not have a problem grasping the Easter story, if you will, as much as thinking, like I said, I do not know if I would do any better with it. Had I been, let me say a prayer for us. Lord, I do pray for a good Resurrection Sunday for those that celebrate that, and it will be a great time of faith for them and a time of reflecting upon who you really are. And Lord, I just pray that we will accept that by faith and realize that that is what it requires. It's a tremendous amount of faith out of us. And you will bless us and keep us over this weekend and time with family and friends. Amen. Until we meet up again on the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
From basic to advanced computer repairs, it's GalacticGeeksPCRepair.com. Local business owned and operated by Greg Gutierrez. Available for on-site work from 9 to 6 daily. Installations, upgrades, even virus repair. For information, email Greg at GalacticGeeksPCRepair.com. Google IT support, professionally certified.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Non-profit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A Roswell police officer turned himself in yesterday following a domestic violence incident which occurred earlier this month. Officer Brandon Spites was arrested after his girlfriend called police saying he beat her up 2 nights earlier. Spites was immediately placed on administrative leave pending investigation and booked into the Chaves County Detention Center. He faces a battery charge. Las Cruces police arrested 36-year-old Jessica Lynn Galensky after they found her drugged out on the sidewalk while her toddler was playing on the side of the road. Officers found another man nearby, passed out with drug paraphernalia. Officers then say Galinsky and the man were unaware of their presence and they had to snap him out of their stupor. The 911 call was made by a witness who reportedly told police she saw a man and woman slumped over on the sidewalk, looking like they were drugged out, and the child was playing next to traffic, adding she was concerned the kid would stumble into the street and get hit by a car. Christopher Vega was sentenced yesterday after he pled guilty to being a felon in possession of a firearm and receiving stolen property. In July 2024, Clovis police officers stopped a motorcycle that did not have a license plate. Police identified Vega, who had an active parole violation warrant out of Texas, as the driver. They found that he had a handgun, which he is not allowed to have as a felon. Vega was found to be a habitual offender and sentenced to 10 years in prison. The first recent measles case in Doña County has led to a quarantine at a local daycare after an unvaccinated child tested positive for that virus. Jesse Sowards is the CEO of Kids Country Child Care Centers, and he appeared on KFOX.
There's 4 days before they show symptoms that they could be contagious. So we're at the very front end of that possibility.
The CDC recommends that children receive their first measles, mumps, and rubella shot between 12 and 15 months of age, but this child was too young to be vaccinated. Soward says all children who came into contact with the infected child and their parents will continue to quarantine for the remainder of the 21-day period. The National Weather Service is predicting another hot summer. For New Mexicans who spend the entire workday out in the sun, the heat is an extreme safety hazard, and state leaders want to make sure that there is proper protection in place. Dylan Young is the Operation and Safety Manager of High Desert Roofing. He spoke with KOB.
It is a major risk factor and health hazard on every job. Someone who's not accustomed to roofing, they can pass out in their first day of working.
Robert Genoway with the New Mexico Environment Department.
Those are things like getting used to working in hot weather, also known as acclimatization, providing water, rest, and shade for workers that are exposed to high heat.
With average summer temperatures rising in New Mexico, the New Mexico Environment Department is now moving forward with some new workplace heat safety standards.
We strongly oppose this particular proposal due to its overly prescriptive mandates and lack of flexibility.
Kelly Ropke-Orth is the CEO of the Association of General Contractors in New Mexico.
Per the rule, this would trigger a 40-minute employer-paid rest break for every 20 minutes worked. That schedule is logistically unworkable.
These are the first weather-specific standards, and they're focused on worker well-being, as well as, in my opinion, business interference. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 40 games for New Mexico softball today, including Robertson at Ruidoso, Capitan at Tucumcari, Socorro at Tularosa. Wow. Go, Lady Cats! And Mayfield comes to Alamogordo. Go, Lady Tigers! There are 31 games for New Mexico baseball today, including Chaparral at Deming and Alamogordo at Mayfield. Go, Tigers! The National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning in effect from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. today. A red flag warning means that critical fire weather conditions are either occurring now or will shortly. A combination of strong winds, low relative humidity, and warm temperatures can contribute to extreme fire behavior. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny and windy, areas of blowing dust after noon, with gusts as high as 41 miles per hour. Partly cloudy and windy tonight, areas of blowing dust before 8, winds gusting up to 40. Mostly sunny and cooler tomorrow, areas of blowing dust after 3, winds gusting up to 32. Your high today in the basin, 85, low tonight of 53, high tomorrow, 75 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny and windy today, winds gusting up to 46 miles per hour. Partly cloudy and windy tonight, winds gusting up to 46. Mostly sunny and cooler tomorrow, winds gusting up to 44. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 62, low tonight of 38. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 29, high tomorrow, 53 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.